Well, hey there, my friend, and welcome. With Thanksgiving just a few days away, I thought it was the perfect time to share 30 different ways to express your appreciation or gratitude beyond just the simple words of thank you. Be sure to stick with me until the end of the lesson, where I have one simple tip to really help you amplify and express your gratitude. But first, let's talk about some of these words that we use to show appreciation that can be a little tricky. Starting with just this one, Thanks, thanks, thanks. A lot of times I will hear students pronounce this word thens. There's a couple things happening here. First, even though you see the letter N in this word, the sound is ing instead of n. Thang. It's the same sound you hear in words like sing and ring. Thanks. Then we have a K and an S sound together, and you don't want to drop that K. Thanks. Thank you. Do you hear that? Thank you. Notice too, when I add the word you, thank you. That K at the end of thank links over and joins with the word you, making it sound like Q. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. The vowel's going to sound like the gray day A vowel. Aim for that A and you'll hit that sound just where you want it to. Thanks. Thank you. Thankful. Notice how quick the second syllable is in that word. Full. We have the F and L sound almost like they're smushing together. Thankful. You'll hear something similar in the word grateful. That second syllable is super quick. We're stressing the first syllable and the gray day A vowel. Grateful. And you may be thinking, what happens to the T, Keenan? Is it just falling away? It's not though. It's not disappearing, because you don't want to say grateful. You need the T in there. What you're hearing me do is I'm holding that T sound, meaning the air's coming up into my throat. The vocal cords are closing. Great. Blocking the air to mark the T. And then I'm moving into that second syllable. Grateful. You can pronounce the word that way or do a gently released T at the end of that first syllable. Grateful. Either way sounds 100% clear and natural. Another tricky one, appreciate. We've got 4 syllables in this word. Emphasis is going to be on that second syllable and the green T-E sound. Appreciate. Our other syllables are quicker in contrast. Appreciate. So let's move into some common phrases that we can use to express our appreciation. Let's start with if someone does something kind for you, a simple gesture of kindness. So for example, maybe a friend picks up your kids after school because you're running late or running behind at work. Or maybe a colleague brings you your favorite coffee drink at the end of a week that's been particularly challenging. Or maybe you have a kind neighbor who shovels your sidewalk after a big snow. An appropriate way to say thank you could be something like a simple thanks so much. Or thanks a lot. Thanks a million. Notice on that word million. Do you hear that little Y sound at the beginning of the second syllable? Yin. Million. Thanks a million. You can also state your appreciation by saying how wonderful the person is with a statement like, "You're fabulous. You're the greatest. You are awesome." You rock. Another common way to express your gratitude in these types of situations is to say, I owe you one. I owe you one. Or simply stating, that was so kind of you. That was so kind of you. Or that was so thoughtful. That was so thoughtful of you. And you can combine these phrases. So for example, thanks a million. You're the greatest. You rock. That was so thoughtful of you. Thanks so much. I owe you one. All right, so what if the kind gesture or the act of kindness is a little bit grander, a little bit bigger? So for example, maybe there's a big party or event coming up that you need to plan, and your planning just isn't your thing, but you have a friend that steps in and really helps you get it done. Or perhaps you have an important presentation or maybe a big interview that you're really nervous about, but a friend of yours, helps you prepare for this presentation or interview. You can express your gratitude by saying something like, you're a lifesaver. You're a lifesaver. Or you have helped me immensely. Immensely. I love that word, immensely, meaning hugely. You have helped me immensely. I truly appreciate your help. I truly appreciate your help. And here's an idiom you could use. Thank you for having my back. Thank you for having my back. That means thank you for looking out for me. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for having my back. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. This means so much to me. This means so much to me. Another one that I really like, you have absolutely made my day. You have absolutely made my day. And again, you could combine some of these phrases, such as, I can't thank you enough. You have absolutely made my day. I truly appreciate your help. Thank you for always having my back. Sometimes you may be surprised by a kind gesture someone does for you. For example, maybe someone plans a party for you to celebrate a birthday or retirement or a new baby or a new job. Or this one actually happened to me one year. A friend of mine planted flowers in my front yard. It was a really hectic spring, and she knew I didn't have time to do it, but she knew how much I loved spring flowers in the front garden. So she snuck over and planted some, for real. Amazing. I am very blessed with my friends. So in a situation like this, you might say, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. Another common phrase is, I don't know what to say, or I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. You can combine these phrases and say something like, you have absolutely made my day. I'm at a loss for words. Or you shouldn't have. I can't thank you enough. Sometimes we want to express our gratitude to someone who has helped us through a particularly trying or challenging time. For example, like times of grief, maybe if we've lost someone special to us, or perhaps we're challenged with the loss of a job or a scary diagnosis. Someone may help you in a time like this by doing something like hiring a cleaning service to clean your house for the month. Maybe someone brings you meals for the week so that you don't have to worry about cooking. Or maybe you want to express your gratitude for that special friend that's always there for you to just listen and to be present and to validate your experience. In a situation like this, you could say something like, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you always being there for me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you always being there for me. This means the world to me. This means the world to me. I cannot thank you enough. Words cannot express how grateful I am. Words cannot express how grateful I am. Or similarly, you could say something like, words cannot describe how much this means to me. Words cannot describe how much this means to me. Another one I like, I'm forever grateful to you for always being there for me. I am forever grateful to you for always being there for me. Or finally, I could not have done this without you. I could not have done this without you. Thank you just isn't enough. You know you have someone in your life that deserves those words, right? Let's talk about some words you might use to thank someone in writing, particularly in business writing, business situations where you might want to express gratitude. So this might be in an email. So for example, maybe following an important meeting or a big interview, you want to show appreciation. You could write something like, thank you for taking the time to meet with me. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. Or, I appreciate your time and consideration. I appreciate your time and consideration. A lot of times in a business setting, we are asking someone to do something for us, and you want to appreciate or demonstrate appreciation in advance. So you could write something like, thank you for your attention to this. Thank you for your attention to this. Or, thank you in advance for your consideration. Thank you in advance for your consideration. You can use lots of different words here as well. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Thank you in advance for your assistance. Thank you in advance for your understanding. Or patience, right? You never know. You might need to ask for patience. Thank you in advance for your patience. You might also need to thank someone for sharing information with you. You could do this by writing, I appreciate your feedback. I appreciate your feedback. Or, I'm grateful for your assistance. I'm grateful for your assistance. Or simply, thank you for your prompt reply. Thank you for your prompt reply. What if you want to say, you're welcome? You've heard that phrase, right? Thank you, you're welcome. Here's just a few quick, very common, natural ways that you can say, you're welcome, differently than you're welcome. You'll hear phrases like, no worries, no worries, no problem, no problem, my pleasure, my pleasure. Don't mention it, don't mention it. And one of my favorites, anytime, anytime. Especially when a friend is thanking you for really helping them in a difficult situation. Anytime, my friend, anytime. And my final tip to you for really amplifying your words of gratitude and showing a deeper level of appreciation. Be very specific when you're showing appreciation. Acknowledge the act of kindness or the gift, and be specific in sharing how it helped you or how you're using it. So for example, thank you so much for the gorgeous holiday wreath. I hung it on my front door, so I see it every day when I come home from work, and it makes me smile. Or, I cannot thank you enough for helping me prepare for this interview. I was feeling overwhelmed, but after practicing with you, I am totally ready to go land this dream job. Being very specific like this really amplifies those words of gratitude. All right, my friend, I hope you found this lesson helpful. I want to let you know how much I appreciate you and your continued support of this channel. Words are not enough. For a list of phrases and sentences practiced in this lesson, come on over to the Clear English Corner blog. I have a link for you in the video description. You'll also find tons of other free pronunciation practice resources on the blog. As always, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.